Last day of boring you guys with fertilizing corn ground. We just got back down to this final quarter. Fertilizer came in a little after midday, and we just got down here. It's a little after 4. So my truck driver told me that they were out of liquid fertilizer where we're getting it. So they're going to start sending him clear down to Pryor, Oklahoma. He said it's 8-hour round trip. And he said that's not going to be feasible. I guess he said everybody around here is out of liquid. So I'm glad this is our last load, and I'm glad we got it done before everybody else. Had a little issue at the house. I got a bad airbag. It's leaking around the top right there. You can see now my suspension's already settled. The truck hasn't been shut off too long. My compressor will keep up, and we had to get this done. So anyway, I brought a set of vice grips. Shut line off and run that bag flat, we would, but so far we didn't. We'll get this load off, and then we should be able to get home. Looks like Bob had to turn around and come back. When we run that pump completely out, it takes a second to prime. Sometimes he forgets to prime it until he gets to taking off, and then it tells him his rate's not good. But he's putting her down now. Alright, for you. Get this one done and I'll be tickled to death. Still talking rain tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's Wednesday night and Thursday. All day Thursday. Wind's blowing pretty good, but streaming doesn't really matter as long as it's not stupid windy. And then it's just you don't want it on your machine, and we don't want it on our machine. It's really not, doesn't affect anything else. So we'll get her done and see what else the evening holds here. Morning guys, it's cold again this morning. I think it's about 39. We did get fertilizer done yesterday. We like 14 acres of starter, no big deal. So anyway, I'll flip you around. I got the tanker, put it out back. It's almost empty. Empty enough I could drop it. And just gonna pull that airbag off. Run up and get a couple airbags. I think I'll go ahead and replace this one probably. I don't know, it's probably not the best. I pinched that line off. Welded a bolt to each side of that old junk vice grip. And you gotta take that valve out. So you pull the valve, and then you take this nut off of that one. You got one bolt here and one bolt on the bottom. And if you pinch that line and air your suspension, these are tight. It'll give you, you don't even need a jack. You just take that loose and pull the bag. Yeah, I'm gonna need both hands to pull it, but we'll get her pulled and go get some new ones. Sorry guys, I was gonna tape that. Stupid simple. With that line pinched, your suspension's up. Slip the bag in, one nut on the bottom, one nut there. Screw your big nut on this side. Well, actually what I did was I started the small nut on the bottom. Then I lined it up. Brent was here, so he dropped the suspension. I lined up these two holes. Bag was in, this one on, that one on, tightened the bottom. Put the air hose back on, took my vice grips off. Looks like my hose is okay. Done deal. Simple enough. So that Continental bag, I guess that's a good one. I don't know. I went up to Fleet Pride, and that bag was $160. Called Freightliner on the way home because I thought that was too high. They've got the Firestone, like on it, for $102. Or they have Allies for 80 a piece. So yeah, I could have replaced them both for the price I gave for one bag. And this one isn't leaking. I just thought, well, I was in there, I'd swap it out. And for $160, I figured I'd just run the one. That's it. Takes the 3/4, an 1 1/8 crescent wrench for the airline. I had a bar and a hammer to knock the old crap off of it, and I welded some bolts to my junk vice grips just to pinch that line without scarring it. All right, later. Morning, guys. Camera's filthy. Maybe that's better. Maybe not. It's March 7th, I believe, Thursday. We got a little rain last. Not what they said we was gonna get. Just dampened the ground. Well, I went up. I found an old boy that had a. Try that again. Found an old boy had some trailers. And this one has got some door issues, and anyway, tires aren't good, but didn't buy it for the tires. I gotta get the door fixed. This is a big walkway that goes on the back, and it's got some shelving up there, which neither here nor there, I guess. Fairly solid, and it was raining when we were up there, so it doesn't leak a lot. Looks like the door tried to come off a little more while he pulled it. I'll probably, yeah, I guess you can't see that. Yeah, the door tried to come off. I don't know, I'll probably frame it in, make something different. But my thought is, that's my new chicken house. You can't buy a little building for $1,500 or $2,000, and it's probably not the greatest shape at that. But anyway, I gave $1,050, and he delivered it for that. Make a nice chicken house. Got another one coming. It's 45 foot. It's a little shady too, but I'd messaged him back after he got home with this one. He brought this one home, and then I had another guy, it's one of Bob's buddies, that had some trailers, supposedly $1,000, good used, roadworthy vans. Yeah, we've been trying to get them for 3 months, and one of them deals that never comes to pass. So anyway, I texted him back and said, hey, you want to do the same deal on the 45 foot? He said, yep, he'd do that. Well, he had 6 or 8 of them total. And I picked out the best 2. Bob and I went up, looked at them, and that's what we decided on. The other one I'm going to use for shop overflow. Get my shop cleaned up. I'm sick and tired of it being a catch-all. So we'll get it cleaned up, and then probably put chemical in the back, totes and jugs and such. That's the plan. Anyway, I'll bring you back when we catch it, get it home. Bob and I have been working on this afternoon. A new air seat in. The picture doesn't look very good. I don't know if that's any better. Anyway, get all new interior pieces in. It's got to be cleaned up. The ship console's dirty. Posts in. So we still got to get the headliner in, and this piece around the radio, we got that new. Get it cleaned up and get it ready to plant corn. I don't know what I told you and didn't tell you in that other video, so you may have to listen to it again, but I know I showed you the pup. And then that leg on that landing gears broke. They moved it with a lull, and I think they busted it. But anyway, here's the second one, 45 foot. And the kids having to deal with idiots on the internet, as we all do when we try to sell something. And I messaged him, told him he could just bring the other one down for the same money. He said he absolutely would. So anyway, it's not perfect. It's got some water damage, but fairly tight. Shelves all the way up. Most of those will probably come out. And he's got a big stair platform up there he's gonna give me too. So this is probably what I'll do. The other one, build some kind of homemade doors like this. So anyway, fairly straight for $1,050 delivered. Well, I got enough junk in the yard for a day. I'll probably throw this on if there's much I got. I will throw it on. But anyway, guys, like I said, I'm gonna make that one into a chicken house. I'm gonna use this one to get my shop cleaned up. Probably put some chemical in the back of it just for storage. But I'll show you when I start on the chicken house. Later, guys.